in uptrends, price is going to break structures upwards. So breakout structure is basically when price goes from a low and takes out a high. Simply put, that's just a breakout structure. You know that? Oh, okay. And then in the confirmation is when price comes back down after breaking the structure, after breaking the high, it comes back down. It doesn't break that low of the high that is broken. I don't know if I'm making sense. And then continues up. Okay, okay, this is a confirmation. Price continue to go high, and then you can possibly find a retracement entry within this leg to aim for the taking off of this high and stuff like that. So I hope I'm being clear. Let me check if this audio is even transmitting, because the last time I was talking and then people could barely hear me. Where is that up? So okay, the audio is transmitting. The audio is transmitting. Yeah, I think I'm going to. Sorry, I was checking out something. So if I mute, I have screens. Like two screens, like two screens on the streaming app I'm using. I was checking out if I muted the app on one particular scene, is it going to mute on the other one? And it did. But here I didn't say anything important, so moving forward, let's go to trading view again. So this is basically what you look out for when you are trying to spot an uptrend, break of a high, and then the retracement, it is not going to take out this low. So again, okay, I'll explain them as I go forward. So I've already explained what a breakout structure is. So retracements are these many moves that are against trend. So this is an uptrend. So these many downtrends, many downtrends, many downtrends are replacing retracements. So retracements are many trends against the major trend. So somebody says, "Oh, I'm going to catch a retracement entry on this coin." That means the person is maybe saying an uptrend or a downtrend in a particular coin, and then the person wants to catch an entry in the opposite direction. Like when the price is moving in the opposite direction, you want to catch that entry to like aim for like the major move. So if I say something like this, if I was here when the price of LTC was printing this particular candle, I'll be like, oh, okay, so I'm going to catch a retracement entry from here. Maybe like when price is here, I would be like, oh, so I'm going to catch a retracement entry from here. So from like the support and resistance that I thought I'm still going to switch again. I see that this is a possible for our support zone. So if you place it for our support zone here, place it for our support zone here, you see how it is. Even though this was not respected to the dollar, but it was just respected here, where it is respected here, just like that. See how price hold held here. So if I was checking out to catch something here, I would have done something like this for my SL. This the 4 hours, so like it's going to be what. So yeah, something like this, and then probably aim for taking out of this high, which eventually was done after a couple of days. But yeah, I'm not talking about entries now. I'm just trying to explain, you know, different things when you like bring it all together. Also learn different things separately when you don't bring it all together. That is trading. It starts to make sense. So that is that for an uptrend and downtrend. So what else are we going to? So support and resistance again. Let me talk on that once more. So as I explained on Wednesday, for those people that were on my live on Wednesday, as explained then, um, when mapping out my support and resistance zones, I majorly used to mark it out from the highest level. So like from like the monthly, I will go down all the way to oh, delete this. Move on drawing. So from the monthly, I will map it down all the way to the 4 hour, or at most, lowest, I'm mapping the 1 hour. I'm not going any lower than that. But majorly, I stop at 4 hours. The 1 hour is maybe I'm trying to like catch a trade within the day. Be like, oh, okay, I'll take note of this particular resistance or support zone. So if price comes here, I know, okay, price is here, and so resistance is here, so support is here. We know if you take profit or if to continue holding the trade. Sorry, just took a sip of water. So let me confirm again. People can hear me. Let me check on X. Let me confirm again. People can hear me. Let me check on X. Oh, okay. So yeah, everything is working fine. I don't know if YouTube letter went live. I don't think it did. I don't think it did. YouTube, fucking hell. So that's an error for me. YouTube didn't go live, so let's continue on next. So yeah, mapping out support and resistance levels. Start from the monthly. Um, I start to map out my support and resistance level from where opposing candles meet. So like yeah, even though these are three candles, but you can still map this out as maybe like a resistance level. Oh shit, crypto chart is always very shitty. Crypto chart is always very shitty. Um, let me find it. Just add this here because I'll be checking out trades on like coin pairs. So uh LTC, LTC, USDT, coin spots, BTC, USDT, Kucoin, coin spots. So let's add those two. Let us let's use this into the little drains. Map it out from scratch. Yeah, you see how cleaner. Even though this is this going parabolic, since like I think stocks are like the major things that you can actually invest in and catch a very good return. Like the crypto trader is very shitty. This NAS 100 has been, I mean, since like when 2008, no major downtrend. Okay, except from 2021 when crypto had the biggest bull run and everybody was like, oh, crypto is the crypto is the next market, blah, blah, blah. Now and everything is shitty again and then stocks are back up. So yeah, during my support and resistance lines, let's start. So as mentioned on Wednesday, how I do take out my support and resistance lines are from where the closure of a bullish candle and then the opening of the bearish candle. Okay, candlestick anatomy again for some persons that weren't here on Wednesday. So candlestick anatomy, this is how this particular bullish candle started. So it's opened down here, opens down here around 24,574. It's opened down there and then went down all the way to here, $24,003, all the way to there, formed that week, and then went back up from this week back to this open, and then price went all the way up to 26,242, and then creating that upper week and then come back down to uh, 25,861, that is here where it's closed. So 24, let's just imagine that is here. So when it went up and created that upper week, it created this. So lower week, upper week, body of the candle. So these tiny things that you can see here and here, those are the wicks, and then the body is the major big big side of the candle. Major big side of the candle. Sorry, it's a message on my phone. So for this bearish candle, let me explain how it came about. So as the price of this particular candle close here, next candle that is going to open, it's going to start from the closure. So that is how the bearish candle started. The bearish candle is just like the inverse of a bullish candle. So instead of starting here and going down, as it saw, we saw that it created this upper wick. So as it opened, we both there's people that are trying to like push price further up. They came into the market and tried to like regain the power and continue moving price up well above this wick and further up. But they weren't successful. So they just managed to create a wick that is halfway up, and then what if the candle continued? After creating this wick, it came back down, boom, boom, boom. It went all the way down, took out this low, creating this lower wick, and then came back and closed in the middle around here, leaving this as a wick. Let's just leave that like that. So this is a poor representation. This is a poor, or not very poor, but yeah, this is my own representation of this particular two candidates, the bullish and the bearish candle. Let's turn this white so they will look alike. Fill with white. Mark out it's white. No, fill with white. Why isn't it? Oh, I see why not. Fill with white. Weak. Fill with white. The other weak. Fill with white. So yeah, this is a presentation of these two candles, this bullish and this bearish candle. So if I come here and just see these two candles, if I'm to mark out my resistance zone, because marking out is where like both of them meet. I mean, this is the open, there is no closure or opening of any candle here. So you check this, this is the closure of this bearish bullish candle, and this is the opening of the bearish candle. Map out here as my monthly resistance, just like that. So if I'm to go here, this is where I'm going to map out my monthly resistance. Map here, monthly resistance, boom. That is that for resistance. Let me check if I'll see other ones to map out before I go to talk about support zones. Okay, so I'm going to map out resistance all the way to 4 hour time frame. So this is the monthly resistance. Let's go to daily. There is no resistance above this. I like to map out my resistance zones close to like the current price action. I mean, if I just map this out, map this out, I can now see if I map this here, I will give well, call it speed, a reaction to the resistance on there. So going down to the weekly time frame. So as you can see from the weekly time frame, even as I think yeah, my, my previous live showed this too. So from weekly time frame, you can see that this is my resistance that I marked out held price for 1 week, 2 weeks. This is the third week. Price continued going down, giving a reaction of how many percent from the resistance on, give a reaction of barely 5%, like 5% approximately. So yeah, that is that. So you can map um for the extra weekly. Okay, for weekly resistance, there's still nothing up there. And just map here. Not much. There's no good resistance here. You can see price was just flushing everything. But if I was here, I would have these are the resistance, and then I would have marked these are the resistance, and then I would have marked these are the resistance, and probably I would have marked this. Obviously, I'm not going to mark everything. I'm not going to mark everything on the chart. But then I'm just trying to like explain what's a possible resistance zone to like look out for if I was on this chart when this current price action is being printed. So here too, I would have marked this as my resistance zones. So yeah, as you can see, reaction to this not so much. This, I mean, they were all inside of it, so no major reaction. But then there is something that is called resistance or support flip. So when a resistance zone fails and price goes above it, when price decided to like, as I explained before, mainly downtrend and an uptrend is like a retracement. So when price decides to retrace, when price retraces, sorry, when price retraces, the particular resistance that was breached can, not well, but can act as a support zone. So price didn't react very much to this resistance and this zone, but then broke it, came back down, resistance went up, and then after this was when Monday, 1st of January. This is Monday, 7th of April. After 5 fucking months, price came back down, expected that to be very dollar, and then as you can see, began this parabolic run of like 61%. So yeah, that is that for resistance. Let's flip to support zones. Okay, I'm not going to delete this because some of the resistance zones actually acted as support. So let's okay, then deal with daily. So daily time frame, no major resistance. I mean, they've marked this place out. They've marked. I mean, you get it. So I don't think I have to like be marking out everything. But here, I'll mark this out and so give even though the price didn't get here, but then when got here after flipping it after that support, and this weekly resistance was also daily resistance too. So this would have worked very well if price rejected from here, but well, it didn't after the 7th of April move. So too, if you go back down to the 4 hours, 4 hours have multiple. So what I normally do if I'm trading on, if I'm mapping out my 4 hour resistance zones, I map out the ones that have either given like one reaction or don't haven't given any reactions, any reaction before. So I would have marked this out. I would have marked, I mean, this if I was around here, I would have marked this out and like this. I would have marked this as my 4 hour resistance from here. 4 hour resistance. I would have marked this as my 4 hour resistance. I'm so price rejected resistance. There was very massive resistance here. Price held for from 20th of month. Price held from 20th being the Monday, 20th October until 22nd. So held price for a good 2 days before price went down and then came back up with that boom support zone reaction, support before it failed and price again flushed it again. That have just been, but hey, it's still being respected here. Still the same thing, same for our resistance acted here, came here, flipped our supports here, supports, resistance, flip. Possibly we can see something like this. It could come back here after meeting this mini resistance here and then this value gap. It can possibly come back here, react off here as support and then aim for the monthly. So yeah, that is that for resistance zones. Let's go to support zones. Let us go to support zones. So what support zones would I have marked out if I was on this chart? let's check that out. Now you can ask questions if you are having any questions. Just send the questions on my X comment section. Let me check if there is any so that we'll read it out. Nah, there is one. If you have any questions, just ask in my comment section on X. I think I sent a few people links and you can just ask questions on X. There is no number, but I can check and answer later. Okay. So let us talk about support zones. First of all, I'm going to explain how candles that form my support zones are formed. So just as these resistance candles they are formed, you just have to flip that. So for resistance candle, the first candle is going to be, I mean for a support candle, the first candle is going to be a bearish candle. And the bearish candle opens from up. So this candle opened here, it goes up from this week and then it's let's see, from that week. After forming this week, price comes back down here and then continues down. Maybe it reaches here, and then forming the lower and forms a week like this. So let's flip the color of that to ash. So this would have been our um, bearish candle. And then the bullish candle, since the bearish candle closed here, the bullish candle is going to open here, then possibly goes down to form lower week, forms lower week, maybe like close here, and then from this lower week starts retraces, goes back up from the upper week, and then maybe like closes here. I mean, these are just hypothetical situations. Come on, hypothetical situations. So this being the week of the bullish candle, let's change the color to differentiate that. So if I'm going to mark out my support zone, It is going to be here where the closure of this bearish candle and the opening of this bullish candle met. That is going to be my monthly or weekly or daily or 4 hour support zone. So excuse me. So if this is my resistance, this is my support zone. Just like that. So let us check the charts for examples. Let us check the chart for examples. So this was monthly. Hey, if price was still around here, I would have marked this out. I would have marked this out. As you can see, bearish open lower week, higher week, lower week closure. Bullish open higher, lower week, higher week closure. Boom. Beside it. Bearish, bullish. Yeah, missing points. Open and close. You have that. So yeah, monthly support. This is at the multiple lines here. This would have been a clean monthly support, and of this something here. Yeah, I see there was a reaction from here. This have been not very clean, but then acceptable. I mean, if you check, it has not been tapped, even though just washed it out. But then, if you are seriously looking for a trade around here, you could have used this because it have been a flip of this particular resistance, flushed out, flipped it, boom, then down again. But it's too washed for me to trade though. It's too washed for me to trade. So yeah, let's go to the weekly time frame. Let's go down to the weekly time frame. So we are focusing on support zone as well. So as you can see, as I was explaining before, when a resistance, this was our monthly resistance, which is validated flip support zone. So let's map. This would have been my support. Then would have um been a confluence with the monthly support of that one here to actually take this long. That worked out perfectly. So resistance here would have been my support there. Uh, nothing. This would have been my support here to here. But then I mean price never came back down here. So there have been resistance, support, resistance, what's that? And then daily, let's check the daily time frame. As you can see, the weekly support zone is actually acted as a very massive support zone. So support here, support here, support here. So it's just a match made in heaven. That's a match made in heaven. Permit me to say that. So here would probably be a good support zone for the daily time frame. So how I normally like map out after mapping out, so you check for confluence, you map out from the right, I mean the left, sorry. Now map out from the right, so the nearest price action, and then look for confluence at the left. For there, map out this river confluence towards the back, that is towards the left. You can see you would have been in confluence with this resistance that like held price, not so much, but it held price here. So yeah, another support zone would have been here, but this is very poor. I wouldn't have marked it out. So as I explained, obvious levels. I mean, it can be just obvious, but then it's going to hold price a lot because people think, oh, the very obvious things are not going to work. Well, as you can see on chart here, it's actually working a lot. So these have been probably very poor for our resistance, for our support, but didn't work out. I mean, everything is going to work out. And some people's relationship don't. So yeah, that is that for support and resistance. And the rest chart patterns and indicators. I mean, I don't trade indicators anymore, so I don't think I'm going to like talk about that. Chart patterns. I've already explained that yesterday. Check on my YouTube and on my Twitter. For okay, let me show this. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Chart patterns indicators. So you can check on my YouTube for on my last live 3 days ago about chart patterns. So let's head over to indicators. Let's head over to indicators. Uh, indicators, yeah. So back to trading view. I'm going to explain and show you like indicators that I used before and just one that I still use now. So yeah, this is the only indicator that I still use now. This is basically like just as you're in the lower time frame, you still have to like you just want to maybe like reference what is happening in the upper time frame, in the higher time frame, something like that. So this is chart type. I explained it in my other live session. For indicators, you have to go here, indicator stroke. So also most little, I know somebody that trades states, but I don't really fancy it so much. But I think they made an update because oh sorry, it's Borja Bands that I was thinking about. Borja Bands not awesome and I don't think I've ever used awesome little. Just saw it from one video like that. I just added it. I don't think I've ever used it. Borja Bands. I'm search for that. I don't even know how it's spelled. Uh yeah, Bollinger Bands, whatever the fuck that means. So yeah, so how this basically works and how people like trade it, how you could trade it and it to actually like make sense is if you trade it in reference like price action and maybe like supporting it like support and resistance theory kind of thing. But yeah, explain how to trade just the indicator. So this red line is the upper border band, this lower line is the lower one. Then this mid is like the midpoint between like all the prices. So what some persons does is as price is here at this red line, they will like open shots. And then if price comes back to this green one, they open longs. At least like take profit sessions or you can actually like open longs and short from here. But how you could possibly like leverage that is something like this. Here, you see, price at the resistance and then meets this boom. I didn't map out any. Okay, yeah, I did. I did map out support. So yeah, price is down here, support zone, boom. You can just like merge the two of them. If price is at the upper band of like the Bolger bands, and like reference it to other. Don't ever. There's this guy that used to like watch his YouTube and learn from. He will always say, "Don't ever trade anything in isolation." Even if you're using miracle soap or anything, even if you're using any miracle soap, you should never trade it in isolation. Always make sure you have at least one, two confluence that you're trading with. Always have at least one or two confluence that you'll be trading with. So Bollinger Bands is one that is basically like how I'll trade it. For example, resistance, yes, boom. Resistance, midline. You can either use this as take profit if you're long here. You can also use it as place a short. Bottom of the line, profit here. And then here again, price goes down, just like that. Here, price is above this, so flip this resistance line as a support. Flip resistance, you see the lower section of the board Japanese. Boom, confluence, price goes up, almost reaching the where you're taking out this high. So a very good take profits place. Check here, highest the red line like that's like the highest of the border band is like that's like the highest of the border band is done zone. Boom, price went back down to here to it before it starts coming back up. Hey, you can check out about lagging indicators and some other type of indicators. I don't think I can record that. Uh, barely use an indicator. The next one that people use RSI, stochastic RSI. This is what you use to like check for if the market is oversold, overbought, blah blah blah. I'm not saying that what's it called indicators don't work. I mean, many people trade just off indicators and they're making a lot of money. So it works a lot, but you have to like try to notice all that theories. And let's just it. Do you say if price is above, so like that, like trend line just like the border band, price is above this, you say like is overbought, if below this is oversold. That's basically like the idea behind this indicator. In the middle, I mean just there. And then you can also use this border bands to sorry, RSI to find uh for, I've forgotten the thing. What is it called again? Mm, forgotten it. But yeah, just like this, the high here and then this high. I mean the indicator is making higher highs, high, higher high, and then the price action is making low, lower high, lower high. This indicator to like short this particular place. I've forgotten the term used for it. But yeah, this works many times. So I'd say it doesn't. You can see here, same thing here. This is high, lower high, and then this is high, high, high. This would have been a good indicator to like short. But you see like price kept on going up until eventually picking here before it starts going down. So I mean it's not going to work every time. So you have to trade it in consolidation, in confluence, other things. I mean if you at the short here you can see obviously the price is like in the middle. But then as price start to approach this resistance line, even if you entered here, if you entered here, there's no way you're going to be stopped out because your stop loss is going to be obviously above this resistance. The price is just going to consolidate here, and then see move back down, and you'll be in massive profits. Yeah. So that is how they trade that. This particular is indicator. Let's remove that and check for another one. I've explained how this one works. This is called this is the name of the indicator, ICT high time frame indicators. So I just say this for daily. I had a 4 hour time frame indicator for this particular indicator too. I don't know. It's gone. But yeah, the next one, relative strength index, RSI, the same thing with this stochastic RSI. That just RSI is showing strength in the listen in movement of price. That's the price action, strength in price action. There. Another one, resist volume. Yeah, volume with average. the dots appear. Now view up, remove that. Um, reduce volume, reduce of okay. This is the visible range. Oh, but basically, this is how the visible range indicator looks like. This thing that is popping out here, just going to like, you select a particular range, right? Like I just seen your charts, it's going to show you the volume that I entered there, that particular range. Where there is okay, I think there is a tool for it. So okay, yeah, this is like 1 minus 2 for that indicator. That's what I use. Oh, it's not showing for this. It works perfectly for crypto. So let us go back to our crypto chart. Crypto BTC LTC on Kucoin. Yeah, so if I was trading this on Kucoin, I'll maybe like we're trying to find strength in this consolidation that is going on here. I'll put this indicator, boom. I also use this particular red this is like POV. I've forgotten the term. I've forgotten like what the POV mean, but yeah, that is what it means. That's like the acronym. POC, yeah, point of control. Value area high, value area low, then point of control. These are the three things I mark out if I'm using this particular tool. So it basically isolates where most volume are being traded. This is the point of control. This is where the highest volume is traded. This is where the highest volume is traded up, like upwards in the particular consolidation. As you can see, price was like, you can use it as like support and resistance level. You can use it as support level, use it as resistance. Sorry, you can use it as a resistance level and use this as a support level. And then this you can also use it as a resistance to support level or take profits. But this is where the most of the volumes are traded. And then form like the high and the low close to that. Like I say, this acted, I mean, crypto volume. If you have idea what volume is going on crypto, you're going to make a lot of money. You're going to make massive money. Okay. Oh, oh, it's oh, come on. This cut me off. I'm not much streaming on X. This fucking cut me off. I think I was like, thought this was going to end in just an hour, but it extended obviously to like, it's like how many hours now? I've been streaming for more than an hour, so it's an extra 15 minutes. So I'm just going to round up since it's just the recording that I have. I don't even have the live anymore. I'm not streaming on X, I'm not streaming on YouTube. So I'm probably going to just post this on X. Yeah. Um Value area high, resistance, value area low, the support, take profit section. If you are steadily selling here, selling here, selling here, selling here, selling here, you don't even have taken an L. Probably have taken if you are trying to like buy the support. You bought here, profit, take profit, loss, take profit, take okay, 6% trade, take profits, take probably BE, BE, SL. And then just as the normal support and resistance levels work, bridge, boom, resistance, just like that, resistance, just like that. So yeah, that is that. For that, see you next time. Probably, I don't know. Will I be busy tomorrow? Maybe tomorrow or next. Tomorrow or like Monday, yeah. Monday, won't be doing it on Monday probably. So Monday, uh, Monday. Yeah, Monday. See you on Monday. Hey.